I don't like to get too personal on this channel because I really like to uplift and help people, but I just came across something I wrote and I feel like it's relevant. And I think I've put it on this channel before, but I'm really feeling like it's called Fix It. No wonder why there is so much shame shrouding us when we were raised to not talk about things. You know, the whispered about things, the things no one wanted to hear about, especially addiction of any kind. You were allowed to talk about it as long as you were going to fix it. When we were trained to believe that everything is fixable, then the pressure begins before we even try to heal ourselves. Like a machine or a robot with no emotions, none involved. We are not robots that can be fixed or rewired. Change is real. We can change from within to adapt to our challenges and addictions. But the addiction doesn't go away, but we can recognize it. When I had to quit drinking because I had pancreatitis, it was easy. It was simple math. I drink, I die. That was what I read everywhere when researching my condition. It was called the drinking culprit. But it wasn't the only thing. So was my poor diet. I changed my life by changing my diet and healed myself with nothing but pure determination to live. When I had hit rock bottom and thought it was the end, I weighed 88 pounds at nearly 5'3" tall. That was fatal. I looked like I was going to die. The horrific looks in the faces of those that knew me was worse than any mirror I could look into. Years of yo-yo dieting and fluctuating between a size 12 and 16 and weighing between 150 and 180, I was always a more voluptuous woman. So to see me that thin was grossly off-putting to most. Then, when I was in Chicago for a visit, an old friend looked at me and said, "No bullshit. Tell me what's going on. Are you gonna die?" I've always loved and appreciated her candor, but in that moment, I felt this enormous pressure on my heart, and it burst right through my throat chakra. And I began to cry, and I realized in that moment that I was actually allowing myself to die. For so many years, I really and truly wanted to die, and here I was, knocking at death's door, and it hit me. In that moment was the first time I realized and believed that I really did hold the cards. I could die if I wanted to. I could leave this earth and go home to the angels and not feel the pain and suffering in my body, mind, and soul. I also knew that was led me to that moment. I knew that Spirit was granting me the choice. I could give up and die, or I could fight for my life and fix it.